Have you done it? Yes. Hmm? I can't see anybody.
You didn't see anybody. This is your slide. So you just have to start. Just start.
How do I? Okay. I'm on. Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I want to especially welcome every one of us to AMEX Associate Entrepreneurship Training for the NISA Central Bank Microfinance Funding for Small-Scale Industries. I believe that so far you have grabbed a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience from the first 3 modules you went through. This is your fourth, and I believe that this will take you further, and tomorrow you will conclude your training for your graduation. Today we'll be looking, my name is Gabriel Ibu. I'm a marketing communications practitioner based in Abuja, and I'll be taking you through effective sales and marketing strategies, how it works, how our products are packaged, how they are promoted, how they are communicated, and how we intend to grab our own share of the market by the time we're ready to go to market. The objective of this course specifically, we'll be looking at defining marketing and understanding the steps we take in our marketing process. We will try to differentiate between what marketing is and sales is. We'll look at key elements in selling our products and how the marketing needs to work. And we'll be looking at improving our selling skills by the time we're in the market, or we that are already in the market, how to improve the skill set for sales. We'll look at the importance of research and information gathering in our marketing process and how to make our marketing plan to work. That's putting our marketing plan to action. Let's look at marketing defined. As approved by the American Marketing Association, marketing can be seen as an activity or set of institutions and processes that are put together for creating, communicating, and delivering and exchanging the offerings that have value for customers. That is to say, how do you create your communication process and then communicate what value every product you have to sell onto the customer to understand why he should buy the product, number one, he should pay for the product, number two, and he should continue to use the product. He needs to know. That's why you communicate. On March 29th, in 2011, Dr. Philip Kotler defined marketing as the science and the art of exploring, creating and delivering value to satisfy the needs of a target market. That is the process of, having to put together a marketing communication plan that can satisfy the need of a target market. Note the word target market here because we'll be looking at it when we get to market segmentation. The Chartered Institute of Marketing defines marketing as the management of a process responsible for identifying and anticipating and satisfying customers' requirements profitably. When you identify the needs and the want of a customer, or you anticipate it, identify it, then make sure you satisfy the customer's requirement to your own benefit in terms of profit. It's also the process of getting the right products and services to the right customers at the right place and the right price, using the right promotions and publicity, talking about the 6 P's of marketing, which we'll be dissecting as we go on. Generally, marketing can thus be looked at, targeting and changing the motive of purchase of your target customers per time. You want to communicate with them, you want to persuade them to change from one product to the other, from a product of a competition in the market to yours that is just coming into the market. Simply put, marketing is the process of understanding your customer in the first place, building and maintaining a profitable relationship. That is, when you identify the customer, you understand him through your communication and feedback, then you build a profitable relationship that is mutually beneficial to both of you. You meet his need, satisfy his wants, he exchanges money for value. That is, you have received payment for a product you sold or for an idea you sold. There is an enduring relationship between the both of you, and it's back and forth. Now, unlike marketing, sales can be defined as the exchange of goods for money or compensation. There's a clear difference here. Here, the goods or the product have been communicated. The product moves from one hand to the other, from the seller to the buyer, and the seller collects money. That's compensation. It's clearly different from marketing. It's a physical transaction. And sales is like satisfying the customer's need or want per time. You are having direct interface with the customer all the time. Supposing you run a shop and in your shop, you sell all different kind of fast-moving consumer goods like biscuits, like toothpaste, like toilet rolls, like etc. What we use in our everyday life. From time to time, people will come to buy products that they need from you. If you have the product in the shelf or on display, and they can easily lay their hands on it and pay the money for it, it means you are satisfying their needs. It's a physical thing. So sales is actually the pitch part of marketing, where you present, a product or an idea, and you want to persuade your customers to buy the product or service of your organization. It's like making a presentation of, okay, this product is well packaged, it's different from what the rest in the market. My price is better than this. You are making a pitch. You are doing a presentation to persuade the customer to buy. So let's just do a small comparison between sales and marketing and see why marketing is not sales and sales is not marketing. Number one, marketing is a study of the customer's need and wants in defined market segments. Every market you have, there's a segmentation because different people with different needs, different people with different wants, not the same product that can satisfy this set of people. That's why you segment the market. We'll be looking at it as we go on. After having segmented your market and you now have your target, sales make that exchange to happen. How the product moves from your hand to the consumer, or from your shop or from your warehouse or plant to your salespeople in the field. That is the sales process. Sales is a physical thing, like I said, in this process. It is where the goods move from the producer onto the hand of the end user. Marketing, number two, marketing measures a company's image. That is how the company, the look and feel of the company, and how it satisfies customers' needs on a continuous basis. But when it comes to sales will be striving to give the customer the best solution per time because the salesman is dealing directly with that customer. Number three, the marketing process develops communication strategies for feedback. In this case, for instance, if you are doing your communication for your product, depending on your budget and your target market and where you are operating, let us say you are using radio adverts, or maybe you are using flyers, and people hear your advert on the radio, and they get to place orders for your product, and you ask a question, maybe you share souvenirs. Some will tell you that they heard it on the radio. That's the feedback. Some will tell you they got the flyer somewhere. That's the feedback. That's what marketing does. But in the case of sales, it provides you a direct interface with the customer. The customer is seeing you, you are seeing the customer. The customer is asking specific questions, you are answering specific, you are giving specific answers. Are we together here? Sales, marketing finally develop winning offers for each target segment. While sales serve the customer, the same customer that marketing has wooed onto using the product, it is sales that will serve the customer for a All right. Welcome back. So on this slide, we'll be looking at the P's of marketing. The P's of marketing includes product, the product itself. That is the reason for marketing or sales in the first place. Without product, you are not selling anything. The place where you sell, the price, that is the cost at which the customer has to pay to get your product off the shelf or that by direct purchase. Then distribution, how do you get people to receive the product at the user's end? What is the process? The promotion, how do you communicate the product? How do you want people to get to know about what you are doing profitably? And then the process. The product is a key reason why you're in the market. Like I said, if there's no product, then you have no business communicating. You have no business even playing in the market. So a product must meet a defined need. What this means is that before you go to the market, and we'll be looking at research later, you would probably have done your market research, consumer research, and so on and so forth. As you are about to, acquire this loan, and supposing you are successful, you should have, at the back of your mind, made up your mind already that this is what I want to do. I want to produce table water and pure water. I want to expand my furniture factory. I want to start value chain in plantain or in cassava, for instance. Why are you doing that? Because you have found a need in your market research that probably where you live, say you live in Lugbe, such a thing does not exist there, or there are very few people playing in that market. That is a need that you are defining that has to be met. And this can only be done when you understand that when you come into the market, people will actually latch onto the product you are introducing. Now, you also have to establish demand through that questioning process you went through the research you carried out. Do people actually need this product? Are they going to, am I going to have enough customers to satisfy my market? Okay. When you establish the demand, then you can do an analysis of what quantity of product you are producing per time. Then you need to know what is so special about your product. What is it about your product that is different from others? What is it that you are going to communicate that will make people to change their mind from what they are already used to into using what you are bringing into the market? It is called the unique selling proposition. The clear benefits and features that differentiate that your product from competitors in the market is what you will have in mind that will sell your product better than the existing competitions in the market. But over time, your unique selling proposition will be changing as your business grows. Then you haven't produced so much in table water, like I said, in your furniture products, in your agri products, in your poultry, and so on and so forth. One major area that you begin to look at is distribution. How and where will these products be sold to the customers? If my factory is in the suburb, let's say in Kuje or in Gwagwalada, and my customers are in Wuse Market, that's in the city center, how do I move my poultry products from Gwagwalada to Wuse Market in the city center for them to be sold to the customers? Do I have dealers along the line? Dealers could be the people, the traders in the market that are waiting for you already to supply them your poultry products. After a dealer collects your products, of course, he stores them in his shop or warehouse, and other sub-dealers, other set of people again will come to that dealer to buy in bits less than what the dealer bought from you. Then when these sub-dealers buy this product, they also need the man who will put the product directly in his shelf, in his shop, that somebody can walk to one-on-one. That is a retailer, or the merchandisers who carry products that you see on the street. Even in the market, they are carrying it on their hand. That's the key end of the distribution process, because they are the one that actually collects the money from the customer and then throw it back, and it goes back until it gets to your hand. Where are these your products sold? Like I said, in wholesale market represents Garki market, represents the taco market, and so on and so forth. Or in the open market, people who sell on the streets, or outside of Abuja. I've already mentioned people like wholesalers, retailers, or sales agents along the line. These are the people that makes your product to reach your end user. Yourself cannot carry your truck. If you are, like I say, you are doing poultry business now, and go and station it in the wholesale market and say, I'm selling chicken for Christmas or eggs. The authorities will first of all get you arrested, and the market association too, the people dealing in poultry products in that market will not allow you to be. So you have to use the your intermediaries. That is why your chain of distribution is very key for you to make sure that your product reach your end user. Then at what price are you going to sell this your product? Whether it's clothing that you churned out as a fashion designer, whether it's the other examples I've given so far, or examples of things you are doing that I don't know yet about, it must come with a price. The reason why you're doing business at all is because you want to generate income. So the price generates income, and more importantly, when the income is generated and you do your plus and minus, you see profit. And the essence of your being an entrepreneur is to profit, so that you can pay for your overhead, you can take care of yourself, and then you can pay your workers, and then business can go on. In everything was said about marketing, the mix must incur cost. Whether you like it or not, you know that you bought raw materials, you collected money, you collected loan at a cost. And then you bought raw materials, you bought machines, you have workers working for you, and so on and so forth. So these are all the costs involved in it. But you have to understand the relationship between your cost, the price at which you price your product in the market, and your profit. You don't outprice yourself, you don't underprice yourself. You look at the market forces, you look at the value of your product, and then you put a price that is commensurate to that value you are offering the customer. Therefore, the cost of your product includes, what it costs you to make this product to happen, including your time, including your materials, and including your overheads. Then the price at which you throw this product into the market is what you can charge in that marketplace based on the value which I've already said, and then the cost. For every product you have, for every service you are rendering, there must be a value you are adding to the customer. On the basis of that value, you charge a cost and collect your money. Then when you look at profit, is therefore, it's equal to price minus the cost. The cost, like I said, all the things that you put in place to make the product happen, your time, your materials, and your overheads. Then you put a price on it. If you deduct the cost from the price, it will give you your profit, and you must ensure that the margin the margin of profit on your product will be such that is enough to plow back when you have totally sold out, to plow back and recommence your process once more. In that way, as an entrepreneur, you are in business. Let's look at the promotion. That's the communication. You have to consider who your customers are. and how best to reach them through your communication processes. It's not every customer that have time to listen to radio. It's not every customer that have time to read flyers. It's not every customer that have time to watch advert on the TV. And these things are even made easier through the new media. That is digital marketing platforms like Facebook, like Twitter, like Instagram, and so on and so forth. But the beauty about it is the same people who don't have time to do one or two of these things have time to do one or two out of the 6 channels that is available for communication. So if you have segmented your market and you have done your targeting, you know the best way. Let's say your product is for the trendy upcoming young men and women. You know that the best way to reach them is on the social media, because that's what they do, that's what they live on. And they have data, they can always afford data to be online. If you know your customers to be like retirees, those that like to watch network news, NTA network news in the night, or news at 7 in the evening or 7 in the morning, you will know that the best way to reach them is through the NTA or AIT or and so on and so forth. You use radio to reach them. Are we communicating? So market segmentation will mean that you divide your overall target market into smaller sub-markets made up of people with same needs. This helps you target them in the right way. Under promotion, again, you have sub-markets. But there are ways to profile people onto sub-markets. You can use their behavior, the way they behave, the usage, how do they use your product. Supposing your product is soap, you understand, or a detergent to wash clothes, how do they use it? How frequently do they purchase this your product? And what impressions do they have about the value of your product, and how convenient is it for them? By the time you do your research, you will know their behavior, and then their character, their lifestyle, personality. Such people, are they people that set trends? People, are they people that are crowd pullers? Are people who like to do whatever they are doing? Or the opposite side, their followers, they are people who like follow. It is what a pace setter among them does that he too wants to do. I'm sure we'll find such people around us, both influencer and follower. Then there are socioeconomic factors that affect them. Their profession, the level of their income, where they are. For instance, if we take Abuja, where we have, as an example, are they those people in the city center? Are they in the suburbs? Or are they far away as far as Kwali? I'm just giving an example. Then their loyalty to your brand or to your product, their age and gender, it all affects how they behave towards that your product. When I say loyalty, for instance, if you were born and in the whole of your house for toothpaste is only McLean that you are used to, that you even came to see as the brand of toothpaste that people use. Over time, going through school is the one you use. Having become a businessman is the one you are still using, and your current family is using it. That is loyalty to that brand. Over time, you will discover that there were certain things that the parents of such a person I've described saw in that brand that they bought into. And it now has become a family tradition. That means the people are loyal to the product you are offering. And you have to get to that point if you are a good business person, because if you don't get to that point, it means your market share is not clearly defined. You may even be run out of that business with time. Under your sub-market, if we are segmenting a business market, we can consider the following points. The size of your company. A lot of us, what we have as small units of business is registered. So it's a company, right? But companies are in sizes. There are some that are big, there are some that are medium, and there are some that are small. But we fall under small and medium scale industries. Then the industry type you are playing in. If you are a block molder, you make blocks and maybe slabs and the rest of them in that line of business, you know that you are in building. You will service the building industry. So all your activities is tailored into what the building industry is expecting from you. If you are in furniture, it is the same thing. If you are in poultry production or fisheries and so on and so forth, any line of business you have an industry type that you must belong to. Then the location. You will discover that certain type of businesses needs hubs. Hubs means small clusters where the people producing a particular product are located. If you want to, or product or service, if you want to buy that service or use that product, you must go to certain places before you can get it. In Abuja, those who are into printing and branding, their hub is Area 10, the UTC area and whatever business you want to carry on around printing, you have to find yourself within the UTC Area 10 axis because that is their own location. And it applies to all other types of businesses that we are going to, go into or that we are already doing under this scheme. So what is the market now that you want to go in? You have your potential market. And your potential market are those in the entire population that you are looking at who have interest in buying your particular product. Every market is open, but there are specific people who have interest in what you are doing that want to acquire it. Then there is the available market. The available market are those within the potential market that we have defined now who have enough money to buy the product, who are capable of dipping their hands into their wallet to pay in exchange for the product. Under the available market, again, you still have those who are legally permitted to buy the product. When we say legally permitted, there are some products that have ethical issues and regulation issues. And it's not everybody who has the money to buy that product that can buy it. A direct example is an alcoholic beverage or a cigarette, a tobacco product. You will see it marked clearly, not for under 18. And you see that sign plus 18, that is, it must be 18 years and above before you can buy such a product. Otherwise, if you are caught with such product, according to law, you should be penalized. Despite the fact that you have the money to buy it, you can't buy it. Now, you have your target market. That is the segment of the qualified and available market that you have decided to serve. Having looked at these first 3 points we just defined, you now have a particular segment that you have chosen to serve. Why? Because you have already looked at all these potentials and the available and the qualified market as we follow the slide. There is no gainsaying in saying that you are making a product that you assume that everybody will buy. It's like, it's like a wish that cannot happen because it's not everybody that can buy every product that is thrown into the market. So our marketing process, our marketing mix, and then our research will tell you clearly which market you can play in, which segment you have selected, and how you serve them. So, in summary, market segmentation is a marketing strategy which involves dividing a broad target market into subsets of consumers. You take an entire population, you divide them into subsets of consumers, businesses, or countries. This is a wide definition now. What we are looking at specifically here is how we target, how we segment our broad market into subsets of consumers. And as we defined it in the past, it is based on lifestyles, demographics, and personality of our target market. Marketing and promotional tools. How do we get our products noticed? How do we communicate our products out there in the market? What are the channels of communication we apply? Not every method will work for your business or your chosen business. And even if you choose a method to communicate, it can change with time. However, when we are trying to communicate, we must know what message we want to communicate. We must know who the audience is, and then we must know the best way to communicate with them. And that process costs money. So how much money do I have to spend? What budget do I have to spend communicating my product? How will I know if my communication process has been successful? What is the feedback mechanism? There are 6 main tools for promotion, what we use to communicate our product. Number 1 is public relations, which popularly is called PR. It is about creating and maintaining an image, that look and feel of your company, that look and feel of your packaging, right? And the essence of the value and integrity that you have put out there as your reputation. And there are 3 main reasons. The second is advertising, and there are 3 main reasons why we advertise our product. When we advertise product, we create awareness among the target audience. That's publicity now. It is what will make people know about your product and your offerings. We use advertising to persuade customers to buy the product by promoting the benefit of the product. You see that a lot on visual advertising. That's the TV commercial. It is how well the talent they use to create the advert, communicate the benefits of the advert that can persuade you or change your mind to begin to use that product. These days, the promotional tool that is in vogue now is internet and online marketing. But for you to be able to function in this space, you need to have a well-designed website. The website contains all your company information, your profile, the space you are playing in, the size of your business, and the products you have to sell. So if you have a functional website, like they said, people should be able to interact with your products. They should be able to ask questions, and prompts will come to them, quickly, answering their questions, meeting their needs. And when they place orders should be processed, and they can have it delivered to them at their doorsteps, as people are using logistics to do today. Now, it also allows you to see the information from the internet concerning other companies and products by, the popular adage now, you Google it. Every company has a website. Every company is on the social media platform. Some use LinkedIn, some use Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Others use all of them combined. Anywhere you go, you will see them. And then there is a traditional direct marketing, which is still working to today, like direct mailing, selling mails directly to somebody and then getting response. Email marketing too is there, but it could be traditional, but it's also about digital marketing today because it's online. You harvest data of people you want to communicate your product with, your target market, and you send out emails and then generate response from the email. Last but not the least is telemarketing. Telemarketing is about having generated your data in terms of phone numbers. You pick the numbers one after the other and call and communicate with your target market within your space. In promotions, again, we have tools that we use from time to time to generate income or revenue, as the case may be. Most of the time, they are short-term activities to encourage customers to buy. That's sales promotion now. You find out that from time to time, sales promotion, discounts, and so on and so forth is being communicated through all the means of communication by products, by companies, and so on and so forth. For example, this Christmas period is a period that a lot of companies will drop their prices in order for people to buy more or for more people to begin to patronize their product. And the essence of it is that they want to, within that short period, boost their sales and then generate more revenue for that short period. It is commonly targeted at periods like Christmas, Salah, Valentine period, Independent period, and so on and so forth. And you will discover that most of the time, where you get sales promo from mostly is from consumer goods. As we carry on promotions, where the need comes up, we have to be careful not to make it last for too long, because if we discount for too long, it may damage the image of our company. It's as if there's something wrong with our product and we want to push them out to people. People want to question the quality of that product if the promotion period is too long. So we have to be careful about it. Another tool of promotion is personal selling, where you have direct face-to-face discussion with your consumer. It enables you to listen to the perspective, to the prospect who is expecting you are marketing to come and buy your product, or an existing customer, you understand, who have needs and come to you and explain to you why this product is not satisfied with it, for instance. It creates a personal interaction level, and it gives you the opportunity to get first-hand feedback on your products and then what your competition is doing in the market. I always tell people that any product that you are bringing into the market or that is already existing and you are expanding the scope of your work has a competitor somewhere. It's nothing that is new in this life as long as the market is concerned. It's either some people were there before you, as you come in, some others join you, and even if you leave, others will still play in the market space. So, in summary, when you are looking at your marketing mix, it is a unique blend of products, any line of products at all. How you price it, the promotion you back it up with for people to know about the product, and the distribution targeting a specific group of people. But there's also the expanded marketing mix, which is your people. And that time, what happens is essentially it's customer service that you'll be doing, because through the marketing process, you have acquired the users of your product. Now they have begun to use your product, and you have to say to them consistently over time and attend to their needs as they arise. When they bring in any complaint, you have to be there to meet that need. Like I said, is the process of handling customers' complaints. When a customer calls to say, this is my problem, learn how to provide an immediate answer to the customer's needs. Then the physical environment, where do people get in touch with your products? Is it in the shop? Is it in your factory? Is it in the open market place? Next slide. Okay. So these are, bricks of the marketing process. You're understanding the customer's need and want, designing a customer-driven market strategy. Then you construct a marketing program that will build profitable relationships and capture value from the customer. The value underlined here is also exchange of money for your product. How do you understand customers' needs and wants? You research consumer and the marketplace. We mentioned this in the first 4 slides. Before you do anything at all, you would have asked your questions. You would have gone into the market also to know the market, the space you are going to be playing in, and how to enter the market. Then every information you get, every data you harvest, you manage that information as your customer data. Designing a customer-driven marketing strategy, of course, you select customers to serve. That's through market segmentation now. Then you offer your value proposition. What differentiates you between your competitor and yourself? And so on and so forth, as we saw in the product pricing, product management, supply chain. Importantly, the core of maintaining your market share in the market is the kind of relationship you build with your customer. So all the time, strive to build profitable relationships with your customers. Your customers can be dealers, and it can also be the direct end user. So from time to time, you talk with them. From time to time, you go into the market yourself to get first-hand information from those people that are interested in your product. Now, as you go to those people that are interested in your product, because you're already in the market, you are conducting research from time to time. Therefore, research is of importance to the whole marketing and sales process. But we, in a few slides, look at the importance of how market research affects how we enter the market with our product. Why do we carry out research in the first place? Number one, it helps our decision-making process and validation. Number two, it informs our marketing strategy and planning. Then through research, we can do our cost-benefit analysis. We can look at our product and the process development, how we move our products into the market. And we can analyze issues. For instance, if we're already in the market and all of a sudden there's a surge in our share of the market, as if there's a dip, as if our product is being rejected in the market. If we carry out a research, we analyze the issue and be able to forge a way forward for our product or for our service. And it also offers us the opportunity to find new opportunities in the market. If we ask questions, we will not miss our way at any point in time. The answers we get will help us to know whether we have to even diversify our products. For instance, let me give us a clear example. In the past, the milk and the dairy companies, the Nidos, the pig milk that we know, they were all in cans. And the cans were big. And for you to be able to buy that can of milk, you needed enough money in your pocket. So it was very few people that were able to afford to buy milk, but the market was there for them. Over time, they did research and have found out that milk can actually be served in sachets. And they began to segment the market. Even the sachet, there are some that are expensive for certain class of people who may want to use the milk, but they still need a smaller unit of that milk. So they started, making smaller units of milk. I think in Nigeria it was Cowbell that started it before Peak. Affordable prices for families. Some sachets are so small that you can buy for just a cup of tea or two, and at a price that cannot affect you. So these kind of issues come out when we carry out research. So from time to time, you are going to be doing research as you progress in the market. It also helps us to focus our efforts in what we are doing and to monitor our performance in the market. But in carrying out research, there are some challenges that you face. For instance, if you throw out questionnaires, the kind of deluge of answers that comes back to you, sometimes you don't need it, so you get to the level of information overload. What you want is specific answers, but people are giving you answers that can throw you off your track. These days, there's poor internet access. One or two times, or I think about 3 times so far on this Zoom session we have had to go offline. It's because of poor internet access, or there's lack of availability, or there's high cost of that internet because data is expensive. Booking online for a Zoom session for an hour and a half or thereabout comes with a cost. So some people may not be able to follow this course because of high cost of data. Some people even lack the training or the skills to be able to follow. Are we all right? Okay. There's a lack of awareness of local institutions providing market information. This is very key for those of you who are doing value chain. Every particular space you are playing with, please be conversant with your industry. Find out information concerning your industry from time to time. A lot of the time, you go into the market to research, you find out that the answer they are giving you is biased. Or somebody will come to ask for your product. They will tell the person, this product is better than that product. Right? Last but not the least, of the challenges we face in accessing market information is limited resources. Sometimes you don't even, as a one-man business, you cannot afford to leave your factory, you cannot afford to leave your farm to go and ask questions in the market. So you can't, because you have very limited resources. You can't pay a visit to market. You cannot attend trade shows like trade fair that we do in Abuja here to exhibit your wares, to exhibit your product, for more people to get to know about your product and more people to get to patronize that product. Some people look at research as not a priority. It's a challenge in information gathering. But there are types of sources that provides us data for research. There's the secondary data, and then there's the primary data. We'll look at it in 3 slides, and then we'll be done with research. Secondary data are gotten from external sources. Example, the government, business and trade associations. I mentioned this a while ago. Business and trade associations like Printers Association, Barbers Association, Tailoring and Sewing Association, Poultry Farmers Association, Cassava Farmers Association, and all manner of trade associations that we have. They have secondary data that you can harvest from there. There are trade magazines and newspapers. Importantly, I think in Abuja here, if you're on the street, you see Tenders magazine for those who do tenders business, who do government contracts. Other trade magazines like that exist if you look for. I'm very sure that Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry should have a trade magazine. Then your financial institutions, your microfinance bank, your commercial bank, your cooperative, and all that. There are people who have enough information that can help you when you are harvesting secondary data. Then the national trade publication. National trade publication, incidentally, is not very popular anymore. Back in the days, we used to have the Nigerian Yellow Pages, published by Daily Times of Nigeria. You want to know about products, you want to know about companies, you just open it to that sector and you will find the information, and so on and so forth. Primary research data is what we live with every day and is the most authentic and the most reliable. It cuts across wide range. When we do quantitative research market data, it cuts across wide range of areas like population size. You first of all want to look at entire population of the market, their demographic patterns, that is, when divided, who is likely to do what, right? As it has to do with your direct market. That's what I'm saying. But you can also harvest data at individual level. When you administer questionnaires in the market, or when you go to ask questions, every respondent ask series of questions, they respond to you accordingly. The best way that we know, and which we do every day unknowingly, is market research survey. It is always face-to-face with questionnaire. Somebody goes to sit down with people and ask questions. Let's say it's consumer-centered, and you pick out of your entire population of 100 people that patronize your product, you decide to maybe administer questionnaire or ask direct question, or even through the telephone or by sending email to maybe 20–30% of them. The answer you get, when you aggregate it, averagely should be equal to the entire population. And that is why I say that the primary research source of data is the most accurate and the most reliable. So when you carry out this research that is face-to-face with people, it examines people's feelings and attitudes towards your product. What motivates them to use your product or to change from your product to another product? Usually, like, you sit down with a person, or like I said, you can call through the telephone, right? Or you choose a specific number of people within the targeted market, and then carry out your research and then approximate the result to the entire population. These online sources, we have already mentioned them: the internet, the social media handles, and so on and so forth. So primary research, data harvest is basically about observations, interviews, and your surveys through questionnaires. You observe things. When you get into the market, you look at the buying pattern, the spending pattern of customers that come in. You may just decide to go sit in one shop that have a lot of your product or products. If you have various lines of products they are making, you observe, as you are observing, you are writing. You are seeing customers' behavior towards your products. And then you can conduct interviews. There are research data that have challenges. I said it from the beginning, but for secondary research, it should be complemented with a primary field study. If you are relying on secondary research, because secondary research is another person or institution that is giving you that information. And if you rely too much on secondary research method, there may be specific information absence. What you are looking for is not what you are getting. And sometimes you have difficulty in identifying the relevant secondary information because of too much overload of information. There can be protected information, like if you want something from government office, they will tell you that this information you are looking for is classified. They cannot release a file to you. You know, some police cases and so on and so forth in the public domain. That is how it is. Some information may be available, but they are not usable. So it's not necessary. And some can contradict information, as the case may be. So in all, the total objectives of why you want to research in the first place is, how does a company decide what information to collect at every given time? There must be a reason why you want to conduct a research. And what will that research be used for eventually when the data is harvested? And how should the company respond to the feedback from the field? So while conducting this research, there are certain things we should know about our customers. Our target, who are they? Are they decision makers? Are they those who can decide to buy a truckload from your warehouse, to buy half a truck from your warehouse and pay immediately? Or those who have to wait to take orders before they can make a decision? So what motivates this what are the needs and the wants of this your target? What do you need to solve for them? And what motivates them to buy your product? And also look at their value perception. What value do they put on your product? You will also be looking out for who your competition is. You have identified the market. You must also build an understanding of the competitive conditions in that market so that you are not smoked out of the market too early. Like I said, there's nothing that is new. Anything you are bringing, any service, any product, any field they are coming from, people are already there. People are strongly on the ground. People are playing bigger. People are playing smaller in the market. So try to understand the competitive conditions of that market. And then all the time, the value equation, the value that that customer will perceive, that target will perceive on your product is the reason why you can sell. Is the reason why you can not only sell, but sell in volumes. In conclusion, can you do market research all the time? The answer is yes. Yes, because life is a continuity. As long as you are living, you are also assessing yourself. So you must also assess your market from time to time. Finally, we'll be looking at our selling skills and how to improve it before we eventually close. What do customers actually care about in the first place? If you want to ask yourself, and you know it, every customer cares about themselves, what their wants are, what their needs are, and their desires. What do customers actually buy? Why would I part my money for a product from somebody? It is important we know certain things about our customers to be able to answer that question I just asked. The target, who are they? Are they decision makers? We have said this before. Their needs, their wants, what do you need to solve for them? and then the value perception, the value of your product. To be a good salesman, therefore, we'll be looking at some certain skills that will improve us. To be a good salesman, you need to be an effective communicator. You need to be somebody who can communicate well. You need to have the ability to listen. When somebody is talking, give the person your ear. Not that when somebody is talking, you are talking, or somebody is talking, you are going through your phone and so on and so forth. It can be annoying in terms of you trying to sell a product. Ask great questions and in a proper way. Whatever you want the person to know about the product, you are the one to even ask him, do you know everything about this product? Then you can take that cue and then you start to make your pitch. Always be a problem solver. Problems are part of the sales and marketing process. So make sure you position yourself in such a way that you solve problems for people. Be well organized per time. If you are disorganized, you can't sell well. You have to be a starter and a finisher. Whatever you start, you make sure you finish it. You need to be well-mannered and cautious. Being well-mannered and cautious allows you gives you that air of a disciplined person, a well-cultured person. You have to be naturally persuasive. You don't sell products or ideas by force. You don't force people to buy your products. You persuade somebody to part with his money or her money in exchange for your product. By persuading the person, you sell the total benefit and value of that product to the person. You need to have a positive attitude all the time. Be positive about everything you do. You develop an attitude of persistence and determination. What this means is that it is not the number of times that you are chasing a customer to patronize your good and he's not answering you that matters. It could be 100 times, but the end result should be that you sold. There are some people that will put you to test like that. They want to test your resilience. They want to test your patience. And if you are in a haste, they might even just assume that there might be something wrong with this product you want to force on me to buy. So all the time, persist. You also need to develop an attitude of superior quality. Not that you are going to place somebody yourself over somebody, but this product that I have, I'm talking about the product now, is of superior quality. You need to entrench that. Therefore, a selling attitude requires that you always maintain a pleasant personality. Always be nice. Like I said before, you need to be a problem solver. To solve problems, you have to be nice. And before you do anything else, you sell yourself. You sell yourself by looking good. You sell yourself by talking good. You sell yourself by your mannerisms. You need to know your product on your fingertips, the quality that makes your product to stand out. You need to know it on your fingertips. You need to know the value equation. What is the value of this product that makes it different from others? And you need to know your competition in that market, those who are competing with you for your market share and space. Then you need to know why your customer should buy from you instead of your competition. We started by talking about your unique selling proposition and your features that makes you to be different from the other people. You only get to this point when you have carried out a research. You have asked questions before you made your product. That is why you see that in several areas that you will be going into, you see, for instance, if you are doing value chain in plantain. There are plantain chips everywhere in the street. But you see that the packaging is different from place to place, from location to location, such that there are some that are bigger in terms of the chip inside, so that you, by mere sight, you have differentiated between some that you think are below standard and some that you think are of high standard. You on your own as a customer has done that. The producer, which is those of us attending this course now, have not even communicated, but they have seen. Packaging has sold for you certain percentage of the market and the quality. So at the point in time that you are telling your retailer or your dealer to buy from you or to buy from your factory, you have to tell him this difference, and that is what makes the person to want to exchange his money for your goods. So even before you sell anything, before you do anything else, sell yourself, know your products, know the value, know your competition, and you know why your customer should buy from you instead of the competition. So getting into the position to sell, therefore, will mean that we will target your customer. You know who is the decision maker in that process, and then you execute your plan consistently. But if you cannot do it, sales is not an easy thing for anybody to get up and want to go and. If you cannot do it, and you will not do it, you hire it done. Get somebody who is a salesman to do it for you. I'm sure all of us understand that we have a lot of sales canvassers in the market space. There are agencies, there are companies that their own work is distribution and sales. Once you produce, they will come and carry it. Don't worry, we'll go and sell and we'll remit back to you. So in preparing for that sales call, that place you are going to convince somebody to buy your product, you need to package yourself. You need to do away with everything negative around you. You need to find out everything about the client. That's you research the client. You need to be on time. Every time you are giving an appointment, be on time and be observant. You are talking to somebody, maybe you are taking too much of the person's time and he's trying to look at his newspaper or shifting his chair. You should understand that you need to quicken up and then close the process. So the sales presentation in total is the approach, the presentation, the objections. Objections are questions that an observer will ask you. They are part of why you are going to convince somebody. Then your negotiations. Oh, is this price? It's not this price. It's that price. It's okay. It has to be this price because this is different from this. This contains this, and that's the negotiating process. Then once you finish that, you close the deal. What about the body of the presentation? How you present your product and yourself before a potential target. You use all your senses possible. And then look out for clues, body language, questions. I said questions are your friends, they will come. Make sure that it is logical and end every conversation by feeling the need of your target audience. You always try to sell the benefits. We'll say this repeatedly over time. So objections are your best friends. Objections are the client telling you how to sell to them. Have you been in that situation before? You are the owner of the product or you are the distributor of this product and you are coming to sell to somebody and he's telling you this is how you are going to sell it to him. It can be annoying, but you need to understand that the customer is king. So you need to part the person and you need his money anyway. By the time the person keeps on asking the question, for you to let the person know that you are also a guru in what you are doing, you restate the question he has asked or the objection he has raised and answer it. And you always answer in terms of the benefits of your product. Once you have done that, you move on. Now, negotiation I mentioned briefly, but in the process of negotiation, make sure that you end that presentation with a trial close. A trial close means allow the target the benefit of trying the product you are trying to like make him buy. Example is if you are into things like maybe biscuits or sweets or bubble gum, and you get into the shop and your guy is there and you want the person to buy, and he tells you, well, we have about 2-3 ranges of different products here that we are selling. So, okay, I told you that this my own contains chocolate inside. Can you try it and see? My person tries it and says, yeah, well, I think this has some good tastes. Okay, let's take some. You understand? Let's take some. Then in the process of him saying, let's take some, negotiation will start again. You understand? And so on and so forth. But the end of the day, ensure that you sell. Now, the selling process is called the close. How to close a business, how to close your sales pitch. And by the time the person has tried your product and has given you a positive vibe, you just try to take an order immediately. Like, right? If you have the product on you, dump it that very day. If it is not with you, you will ask when you can bring. The person will begin to give you his convenient time and so on and so forth. Or may decide to tell you that there's no money on hand. Now, they don't mind taking the product, but there's no money to pay. Be ready to give such a potential credit. You understand? Credit is not a crime, but just know how to retrieve your money when the time comes. And most of us, we are in business already, and those of us who are new in business, just be ready to meet that situation in the market. For fast-moving consumer goods environment, you must give credit 1 week, 2 weeks. Some products is 1 month before you get your money back. In any case, always get your money back and always ask for order. Don't forget to ask for order, because if you don't order, you'll be ordered out of the market. So important tips in selling includes listening. You listen more than you talk. Don't ever talk over the client. Listen to what he has to say, but make sure you control and moderate the flow of discussion. Like I said in the last slide, always ask for order. Even if you do nothing else, ask for that order, and ask even the client, the target, to refer you to other people so that you can increase your market share. Like I said, the sales process is the process that takes care of the customer's needs. That means customer service is warehoused under sale. You have customers calling you on the phone, answer the phone. Don't put somebody on hold for too long, and learn how to resolve problems sharp, sharp, sharp. Honor your time frame. That's your solution solving period. If you say 3 days, let it be 3 days. If you say 1 week, I will solve this problem, let it within that 1 week. Complaints are your friend. You really get to show how good you are as a salesperson if you take complaints and solve them. And in handling complaints, you don't argue. Don't argue with the customer. Just provide a solution. Apologize even if you are wrong. If you are not wrong, sorry. I said from the beginning that I said somewhere that the customer is always right and the customer is king, right? But even if you are not wrong, you accept you accept to be wrong and apologize and massage the ego of that customer. Every time you give time frame to resolve a problem and you can't meet the time, call to extend. It's important to communicate. This thing we thought we could fix within this 1 week. It's going to take us another notice. Let them also know that you are involved, you care for them. In trying to round up, we'll be looking at the Sorry, guys. There was a technical hitch, but we're back. We're rounding up in a minute or so, or less. So I said the three most common sales mistakes people make is not listening to the buyer, not asking for the order for that product, and forgetting to sell to existing customers. Your target was 50 customers at the start of your business for 1 month, and you reach the level of 100 customers. You doubled your expectation by 100%. And in month 2, the first set of 50 customers you are busy with the last set of the 50 and new customers you want to get. So you forget to sell to the people that you serviced initially. Doing that in business will make you lose your market share before you know it. So at every time, remember every customer on your database, even if the person is not buying, greeting the person is not a crime. Now, having gone through the whole marketing mix, the process, and the application of how that mix supports sales, we have looked at what a salesman should be, how the sales process should be like, and what to do to gain your market share per time and make profit as a business person who will be, the next thing we'll do is how to apply our marketing plan, including how to be a good salesman in the market. That is the essence of this module of this entrepreneurship training. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for attending the class. And my wish for you is that in this process, you will come out successful in our application for your loan to improve your business or to start your business. We have come to the end of the lecture. In a short while, we'll have an interactive section where you can ask questions or you can share knowledge with us on what we have gained so far from this 1.5 hours we have been together. Thank you very much. Can we take a break for 2 minutes and then come back? 2 minutes. Volume. Hello? Can we interact, please? I can see Sharon, I can see Simeon, I can see Neka, I can see Silas, I can see Juliana. Simeon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine, sir. That was a very, very nice and comprehensive session on marketing.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for that, sir. Okay, my question or my what's it called? My comment is regarding, for instance, if one is operating a business model that is strictly online, Because in part of your slide, you mentioned internet marketing as in how to reach audience, target customers that are maybe millennials and all that. So I'm looking at having a business model, let's say an online trading platform that requires membership for you to be able to access the resources, or for instance, now in a physical sense where you have a gym membership where you pay either daily, weekly, or monthly. So having a similar subscription model as well, like that online, where you have course materials that people could access and all that. So I don't really know if from, maybe let me say from your experience now, if you feel that's a very good model in our Nigerian society too.
Yeah, the latter part of your question is not very clear. Can you just put it in a short form and then go straight to the question so that I can get
Yeah,
your...
my question is actually more of having an online subscription business model for training programs, that if it's actually acceptable in a Nigerian society.
Did you say for training program?
Yes, training.
But what are we doing here?
ICT related training, maybe subscription related.
It's allowed now. It's
Okay.
allowed. People in that industry are doing that at the moment as I speak to you. And what we're experiencing with this Zoom lesson is not far from what we're saying.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So it's allowed in this space, in the Nigerian space.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to share.
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you, sir.
Neka, Nisehamu, Chine, Silas from Jos. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
How are you today?
Hello.
Mr. Silas, how are you today? I can hear you.
Okay, I can. Thank you very much, sir. The presentation was a wonderful one. It's been very good. Thank you very much. But from my side, I don't have any question today. I just want to say, well done, nice job, well done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Sure, I can see you. Hello, Mr. Hamo, I thought you were unmuting your mic just now. Chine. Let this person I'm teaching. Chine. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Any question, please, or contribution, so that we can round up and take our post.
Careful.
Hello, Uneka.
Put your hand for right. See your space. Use him to do. The guy is struggling. He's also struggling.
Hello, Uneka. Okay, in the absence of any further question or contribution, I'd like to close this class for you to take your quiz. Thank you all for your time, and have a lovely day.